Hi, we went to a psychic night about a week ago, and I said that I was going to put an update after we'd been. So I've finally got around to sitting down and doing it. So I thought I would let you know. So we went along thinking it was going to be like a medium thing, like a mediumship thing, where someone's at the front reading audience members, but actually it was there were three psychics slash medium slash tarot readers there, and you kind of booked a I think an hour slot with them, and so we it was yeah, I think it was an hour. It's like £39 I think for an hour, or half an hour or something. Anyway, but we went, and it was really busy because apparently those people had booked in advance. So we would just basically said we'll go with whoever's free next. So we sat down with, oh, I have a card here actually. Sat down with Isabel, international psychic medium and healer, tarot and coffee cup reader. That's actually our card. That's her card. Um, and it was interesting. So she was doing tarot cards, but it was quite late in the evening, and she kind of said herself that her energy levels were a bit low and that she was basically getting a bit confused. So that was always a nice start. But she said she kind of just went straight off and started. She got me to shuffle the pack and pick out like 10 cards or something, and then she was laying them out. She kind of just went straight into it. But she said that I was worrying about someone in my family, their health. And Nana Roz at the moment she's been going through it for quite a long time. She is addicted to sleeping tablets, has been for like 30 years. They were prescribed to her a long time ago, and she's upped and upped and upped the dose now. She's an absolute, complete and utter addict. But pretty much just the doctors that I get on with it because she's like 86 or something. But there's been loads of issues recently, and she's causing quite a lot of problems for my mum, for Nanny. Um, so there has been that. I haven't kind of been overly worrying about it because it's been going on for a long time, and there's not much really anyone can do. It's just about kind of trying to keep her okay and not phoning mum up all the time and stuff. So, but anyway, she picked up on that. I think that's the only thing I can think of. Again, very general, so a bit kind of skeptical, but I was like, fine. And I think she said originally she was like, oh, everything's going to be fine. And then later on, we talked about it when she got the cards out, and she kind of was like, not so rosy the outcome. She just basically said, that I think she said her heart's gonna eventually give in, which probably sounds about right. She said in terms of timescale, she said she had a two. So she said it could be 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. She didn't think it was 2 years. Of course, it could be the second. It could be the, 12th, the 22nd. It could be lots of different things. So kind of covered quite a lot of bases, but I'll obviously, kind of keep a check on that. And then she said that she talks about my health, and she said she actually got the health stuff bang on. If I had to say about any issues I'd been having, I'd been having really bad headaches. No, neck. That was it. Neck ache. I have been having headaches, but that's to do with all this stuff. But that's a different thing. When I do my thing with Shane, I get a headache afterwards, like at the front of my head, and I just neck loads of water and kind of try and relax, and it tends to go. But it's to do with, I think, all this tuning in. But the neck ache I've had for a long time since we lived in this house. But I've had loads of problems with my neck, and but she picked up on the neck thing, and said that it's a breeze and I need to shut the window and stuff. So don't know, I'm not sure, but yeah. She also talks about the base of my back as well. I've been having and again, since I've been seeing the cranial sacral therapist lady, I've had stuff there. But if I had to say two things that's been an issue for a while, then they would be the two. So I don't know if maybe I was like moving my neck or something. I don't know, but she did pick up on them, so give her credit for that. She said that Drew and I are soulmates. She said about the fact that we knew each other first and then got together, which is true. He hit on me, and I turned him down in front of all his friends and humiliated the poor man. And then we kind of crossed paths a few times, eventually got together a couple of years later. So that's again true, but she said we're soulmates, and she said that it's, obvious talking to us and stuff, but we're going to be together forever, which is nice to hear. And she said it's nice to say that, because I think she doesn't always say that. I think obviously some people are having issues. But yeah, she said that was nice. She said business will take off next year. Which kind of makes sense because Tom starts school next year and we want to focus on things next year. But she said things are going well. Oh, sorry, my phone's just making. Things are going well, but they'll take off next year. And she said she sees us in different branches, because we said we were self-employed, and she said that she sees us in different branches, so doing our own thing. I mean, we don't have branches, but doing our own thing. But we're doing kind of separate projects at the moment anyway, where that's kind of where we go. And we still have the property stuff in the middle that we both love, and that we've already done, that we're building, but kind of I'm doing some coaching stuff, and Drew's doing some of his own bits and pieces as well, so that kind of makes sense. So it's really interesting. And actually, like, she kind of said quite a lot of stuff. I think that was the main thing. She talks about us, she talks about family, work, I'm sure there was probably more stuff, but they were the main things I remember. But then it was like, well, do you have any questions? And then it was like, oh, loads of stuff. So it was almost quite addictive, because it was like finding out stuff that you kind of think about, being able to have someone say yes or no, like as if they know, very authoritative, like they know. So I asked that, I had lots of questions. So yeah, there was something I'm not going to share about a family member that I've been worrying about, and actually she gave a very clear response about a relationship with a family member. Like I said, I'm not going to share that for various reasons, but that'll be interesting if it comes true in the next year. What's her timescale? She talked about, we asked about our house here, about how long we're going to stay for. She said we're going to live here because we're renting. She said that we're going to live here for 3 years and then we're going to buy, which surprised us because we thought, we don't really think we'll ever buy now. Like, we think we'll probably always rent, but we'll see. And I asked, because I keep having a weird thing about a baby. I keep having a pull to a baby or pregnancy or something. And she said that we were going to have a third baby. She said, I think in 2 to 3 years. So Drew is not overly pleased by that, but it made me smile. So we'll see. And I think that was kind of the main things that we asked about. So it was really interesting. I would probably do it again. We've kind of come back. We came back and went, oh, well, we know we're going to be sorted next year, so we can take the foot off the gas, kind of jokingly. But it was fun. It was interesting to do. I wouldn't, I can see why people like going to get readings a lot, but I wouldn't put a lot of emphasis on it. And I don't know, it's just fun. It was fun, but it's, and it would be interesting to see if it comes true. Oh, the other thing she said actually was, she said that she will hear from me again. So, which I was like, fine. And she said, when we went, she said, well, I look forward to hearing from you. So I was like, okay. So they've all got their cards and stuff out anyway. So that was interesting. I thought she didn't pick up on anything to do with. Oh, the other thing she picked up on, actually, one thing was the coaching, because I've been talking about it for a long time, but I'm properly kind of starting getting the coaching up and running, the property coaching, and she said, and I knew I was seeing this guy that potentially was going to be kind of our first proper full-on client. And at the following weekend, and she said that it was going to go well, and she said that we were going to have 3 clients. And actually, I met up with this guy. I met his mum a while ago. She was actually masseuse when I was having a massage at a spa, and got chatting to her, and she wanted her daughter to do property, and then eventually. But anyway, so I met with the mum again, who I'd met, and the son actually came along, not the daughter. But the more we talked, the more it was like that the son wanted help, but then the mum was also saying, well, her and her husband might want help, so there was potentially talk of the 3. So I thought that was interesting. So straight off the bat, I was a bit like, that would be really interesting if the 3 of them sign up, because this Isabel had said about there being three, because I thought I'm only ever going to have three clients. That sounds like a bit of a crappy business, but actually I would wonder if it's to do with that, the three. But anyway, so yeah, so she said about that. So I'm curious to see if it all comes about, and I will keep you posted. And I'll try and remember to come back and do a post, in however long, to say what worked, what came true, and what didn't. But interesting. I'll do it again, and I would recommend it. But don't take it too seriously. It's a bit of fun, and it's just interesting to know. So okay, thanks then. Okay, bye.